you have to pay for every belt that you win, there's a sanctioning fee. So now if a fighter wins an intern belt, he has to pay a sanctioning fee. If a fighter has just the regular belt, he has to pay a sanctioning fee. Then if a fighter is a super champion, then he has to pay a sanctioning fee. This is not good for the sport of boxing.
Y'all see them though.
The boxing world has been shaken to its core. Less than 3 months after Terence "Bud" Crawford shocked the planet by dethroning Canelo Alvarez and becoming the undisputed face of boxing, the unthinkable happened. He was stripped of his title. Not because he lost, not because he was knocked out. He was stripped because he refused to pay a $300 zero sanctioning fee that the WBC demanded just to let him keep the belt he already earned. Crawford called it a ransom, and the moment he refused to be strong-armed, the WBC took the title instantly. But the real explosion started when the entire boxing community reacted, and one fighter's response has exposed a truth fans were never meant to hear.
On Terence Crawford's side on this one, what do they do? Like, someone needs to tell me what they do. Because ultimately, again, the commission do the majority of things in terms of you put a fight in Vegas, it'll be the Nevada State Athletic Commission, they will appoint the judges. I mean, one thing they do, I guess, is that clean boxing program thing with VADA. But I'm pretty sure, and I stand to be corrected, that it's the fighters that pay for that as well. So what do they do, people, that they think that they can just go and take a percentage of a fighter's purse? Nah. And look, the green and gold belt is, obviously it's very prestigious. For me, it's the best belt in boxing. I sometimes kind of battle with that in the Ring magazine belt. But that doesn't mean you can just take the piss. It really doesn't mean you can do whatever you want to do, that you can just make up a percentage, that you can ask for a fighter for a percentage of their purse. No. And all this as well, like, this thing, like, surely before a fight, if you are going to take a percentage, surely that has to be written down, contract, lawyered up. But I'm surprised if you, that's why it's even more crazy. It's the wild, wild west. Like, surely if this is the percentage you're going to take from Crawford, it's, okay, Crawford, you know, in order to have this undisputed fight, which is very prestigious, this is the percentage we're taking from you. And Crawford signs it off before the fight's even done. In fact, before his purse is even given to him, that percentage is already removed. The fact that you are waiting on Crawford just to pay you, big WBC for me is wild within it.
As Crawford went on an all-out rampage across social media, threatening to expose the politics behind the sanctioning bodies, someone unexpected stepped into the spotlight. Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, one of the most feared, ferocious fighters in the sport. Reporters asked him about the controversy, and instead of taking sides or defending Crawford, he delivered a cold, brutally honest answer that cut deeper than any rant.
Terence Crawford had an issue with the WBC this morning. They stripped him at 168 pounds. He was complaining about sanctioning fees and things like that. Just what are your thoughts on that whole issue?
¿Cuál es tu opinión de lo que pasó con Terence Crawford después de la mañana, que lo dejaron sin el cinturón de la CMB por no pagar la tarifa del cinturón?
Bueno, es algo que se tiene que cumplir, como el protocolo de antidopaje con VADA, pero bueno, él sabrá por qué no quiso pagar.
To understand why Pitbull's reaction has gone viral, you have to understand the disrespect Crawford just faced. On December 3rd, the WBC officially stripped him. No negotiations, no warning. Crawford exploded live on Instagram, staring straight into the camera and sending a fiery message to WBC President Mauricio Suleiman. "Who do you think I am?" He snapped. "You better slap yourself." Crawford revealed he paid every other sanctioning body, the IBF, the WBO, the WBA without an issue. But the WBC wanted more. When he refused to be extorted, the belt was gone.
Him $300,000 plus another $100K something for sanction fees, right? Then he gonna tell me I ain't even apologize? Like, who the fuck you think I am? Boy, you better slap your fucking self. Ain't paying your ass shit. Fuck you talking about pay you $300,000. What makes you so motherfucking better than any other sanction bodies? Huh? Answer that question. What makes you better than the WBO, the IBF, or the WBA? Everybody accepted what I was giving them. But you, the WBC, think that you better than everybody, don't you? So since you, the WBC, and you got the fucking green belt, which don't mean fucking shit. Fucking real belt is the ring belt, which is free.
And Crawford didn't stop there. He exposed the entire system. Fighters risk their lives. Fighters bleed. Fighters lose years off their careers. Yet the officials in suits, who never take a punch, travel in luxury, sleep in 5-star hotels, eat expensive dinners, and fund it all through fees taken directly from the fighters. Crawford even pointed out that the Ring magazine belt, the true symbol of a real champion, is completely free. No fee, no invoice, no politics. By saying this publicly, Crawford didn't just attack the WBC.
That don't even make sense. I'm the motherfucker that's putting my life on the line, not you. You ain't stepping your motherfucking ass in that ring. You or nobody else. You or nobody else. So why should I have to pay to carry your belt? You should be paying me. If you want to be truthful, you should be paying me. I don't see, it irks my nerves how this dude gets on a plane, gets a hotel suite, him and his buddies, they go out to dinner, 5-star meals, all that, you know, and guess who gotta pay for it? Us fighters. We paying for y'all to come out here, have the time of y'all life, stay in the best hotels of y'all life, and it's all done on our dime. It's done on our dime. Do that sound right to y'all? It's crazy, ain't it? We the one out there getting battered, knocked upside our head, and every time we step foot in the ring, we gotta pay them a sanction fee like they the government. We getting taxed. It's crazy.
He put every alphabet belt in the hot seat. Then came Pitbull Cruz's reaction. Reporters asked him about the scandal, expecting support for Crawford. Instead, Cruz stayed icy calm. No outrage, no drama. Just the truth. We have to pay, he said. To him, the fees are simply part of the job, like dealing with a tough opponent, a bad cut, or
Subriel Matias tested positive for Osterine. He's the WBC champion. You guys are fighting for the interim. WBC gave him like a year probation. He's still facing that guy Smith in like a month or so. Just what are your thoughts on that he tested positive and no, they're not taking the belt. Doesn't seem to be really facing any consequences. What's your thoughts on that?
Bueno, ¿qué opinas de la falta de consecuencias ante la situación de Subriel Matías, que dio positivo de Ostarina? La Comisión Mundial de Boxeo le dio un probation de un año, pero más allá de eso, él sigue peleando dentro de un mes, no parece que pasa nada. ¿Qué opinas?
Pues es algo que ya no se vuelve limpio y creo que deben de tomar cartas en el asunto para ya ser más estrictos en esa parte, porque al final del día se está convirtiendo ya algo normal que cualquier boxeador lo esté haciendo. Igual con Jenny Beck ya salió igual con la misma o probablemente con la misma dosis, entonces ya tiene que haber alguna sanción más fuerte y ya no debe de haber ningún tipo de porcentaje de tolerancia.
The president of the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, does have a point because historically it's always been 3%. That's what the fighters play, and that is what it is, and that's what it's always been. Obviously, a fight of this magnitude, which was being billed as Fighters of the Century, $50 million, allegedly he got paid for that one. They don't want to take 3% off him. They said, let's do 0.6%, which is $300,000. So I understand it, and that's just the way the system is. Don't tell me he's not paid the WBC sanctioning fees before, because he must have. But now what he's saying is, I don't want to pay that because I want to, the Ring magazine are the ones that have got it right. The Ring magazine obviously is one of the most historic belts and considered the number one of the 4-belt era, the Ring magazine, but they don't charge. So that's where he's at, and that's the point he's making. But then how did the WBC then make their money if they don't make commissions off? It's like everyone charges for everything. All the other sanctioning bodies would have charged him as well, whatever that was. So
it would appear to me that if there's 5 sanctioning bodies, which would have been the WBC, WBA, the IBF, the WBO, and the Ring Magazine, that's why it's 0.6%. Because if you divide 3% by 5, you get 0.6%. I have very little respect for the WBC and the way they operate. I have very little respect for Mauricio Suleiman. I think they're a hypocritical, disingenuous organisation. But I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong with what he said there. And if it is indeed the deployment of those funds go to the well-being of fighters, we can't have an industry that constantly talks about the need to look after its own. And then when it gets to the top end of the tree, the top end doesn't want to pay it down.
What do you think? Was Crawford right to keep his $300,000 and throw the belt in the trash? Or should he have just paid the fee to keep history intact?
A bad referee. He respects Crawford's stance, but he won't join the rebellion. We stay clear of that drama, he added. Just focus, fight, and move forward. And that single sentence has split boxing in two. On one side, Crawford, the rebel champion fighting the system. On the other, Pitbull Cruz, the soldier who accepts the rules and keeps marching.